What's up, Stinkies? I'm gonna do a quick tutorial on a few things here today. All my guides right now are gonna be YouTube related, and this is mainly for my buddies. So if people ask me to like how to do something, I'm gonna do it in video format now, just upload it to my YouTube channel. That way I can just link to it rather than explaining and showing them every time. So let's just jump into this. First thing we want to talk about is how do we get text to speech to work. I have my alert box set up, but for the purpose of the video, I'm just gonna create a new one. What we want to do here is click add widget alerts alert box here. And so there's a bunch of preset alerts that you can use, but to customize a specific alert, for example, if somebody subscribes to your channel, just click the gear icon and you can kind of see at the top left here, it has a little video, has a sound, which is the default sound. We can change it to something else if we'd like. I have mine to the oh my god wow video. We have images, which we can use GIFs on it. We have sounds in here. You can upload any file you'd like up here at the top right, upload. So you can just click that, drag and drop your file, use whatever you'd like. I already have a bunch brought in. We can just drop this one and you see it just kind of propagates there. So for this one, we can use videos, which is oh my god wow, submit. It's there. To emulate this, first what you're gonna need to do is click the copy overlay URL, save it, and then you're gonna click copy overlay URL. And once you've copied that, open up your OBS, which I have mine right here. So you add it, add a browser source. We'll make a new one, alert box X, for example. There's a URL here, and remember the one that we copied, we just paste that there. Should save, all good, and just click OK. So now it's there. We're gonna emulate this, and so all we need to do is just click the emulate button down here and click subscriber event, since we were editing a subscriber event, and it should edit or it should play that subscriber event down there. So we'll play this. Oh my god! And there we go. Wow! Oh my god! All right, let's get back into our alert box here. So we'll just get into the settings and go back into the subscriber event. I'm going to show you guys also how to, set an image so we can use GIFs. I don't know, I find the horse one pretty funny, so we can submit that. So once we set the image, we can also upload a new sound. And for this one, I would suggest the cat on the mic. I will not suggest, I just like to use this one. So click save, make sure to click save, otherwise it won't update. And then emulate the subscriber event. And there we go. We can change the alert message. So name, subscribe to the channel. We can say like name is Stinky Caca, right? And that'll change the event. Click save, emulate subscriber event, right? It's Stinky Caca. There we go. So you can change the duration of the effect. You can enable custom CSS, which we don't really need to touch on since it's a bit of a basic example. For text to speech, if you want text to speech on, you just need to, look down a little bit to TTS settings. Enable text to speech. You can announce the action, change the volume, select the text to speech voice. Has a lot of things here. A lot of people like the Australian one, so we'll go with Russell. And we'll just give that a shot here, just so click save, emulate subscriber event. Right.
Do not fear a man that spams 1,000 memes. Instead, fear a man that spams a meme 1,000 times.
All right. And then if we click announce action, save it, and let's run it again.
Jeanette is Stinky Caca. Howdy, my name is Bill.
You have text settings. You can also kind of play around with. You can change your font, your size, line height, etc. I'm sure that text settings are pretty understandable for people, so I'm not going to touch too much on it. And then we have our animation settings here, which again doesn't really, it's pretty straightforward. You have an enter the animation, so you can do like a bounce in, drop in, whatever you want to do. Let's just do bounce in right. And the durations, let's just make this maybe 0.5 seconds here. Okay, so we'll save that, run it again.
Brandy is stinky caca. Howdy, my name is Bill.
And so y'all see that how it just kind of pops in there. So you can do a lot of things with this. I'm just going to disable text-to-speech because I usually don't like it on my subscriber event. I would prefer it on maybe a member alert, super chat, tip, etc. So for example, tip, Stream Elements helps you facilitate donations with your community. And so same idea, you have all the same settings, except you'll actually be able to give your chatter something to say on text-to-speech. So there you go. That's kind of the basics of this. All of the different alerts you would get, even in Twitch, are all going to be generally the same. So I wouldn't worry too much. You can also set like minimums, like a minimum tip, which is, so the minimum amount down here. Say somebody is spamming you for a penny every 5 seconds, right? You can set it so that a minimum donation of $1 will kind of cut back on that. So let's talk a little bit more about other Stream Elements stuff we have here. Let's go over to our data and reports. So we have a little dashboard here of so here on the dashboard you can actually join your chatbot to your channel. It's very simple, one button. So just click join channel and it'll join next time you're live. So we have our activity feed, which kind of just shows who is subscribing to your channel, who donated to you, all these different things. It's a good tool to have. I'll be honest, I don't use a lot of them too much. Revenue history, obviously. You have an overlays gallery. There's a bunch of pre-made overlays that you can totally use and finick around with. So that's that for streaming tools. You have revenue, so you can make an SE merch. I implore you, if you're streaming, just make one. Just make an SE merch store. Literally costs you nothing. It doesn't make you look any less professional, you know, because it's just a store. You don't have to have a backlog of merch to open a SE merch. They deal with it all for you. You can set your prices as you'd like it. So we can just start with something here. You can set your price here so that you dictate how much profit you make. I usually set the price so that I make zero profit, just because I like using my merch as marketing material. So I think that's like $13.90, $0 profit, right? And this is how much I can sell merch for, which is really nice. So that's that. I'll let you dive into that. It's very straightforward. You have partnerships. Don't really have to worry about that until you're a bit bigger. You have to apply for a lot of these ones. And you have tipping settings. This is where you'd set up your tipping. I'm not going to go into a tutorial for that. You can figure that out on yourself. Let's talk about our chatbot now. So once you go to chat commands, you should have a lot of, and so you have a bunch of default commands here, which I usually don't use a lot of them, but you can totally use them if you'd like. And you can just read through them and see what they do. So for example, you have commands, which gives an entire list of commands for your stream. There's a bunch of moderator commands and stuff like that. It all has descriptions right here. You can read what they do. Let's talk about the custom commands though. You have your command variables up at the top. So you can click that to open up another tab with it. So in here, you have a bunch of different words and arguments that you can use to link to other data. For example, channel, right here in my game command, we have a variable channel, which displays the name of my channel. You can go through these for anything that you need customized. There's a lot of guides online as well, or different GitHub threads that people have made to have very specific commands. To create a command, literally all you have to do is super easy. Add a new command. We can just call this test. So the command name is the one with the exclamation point. User level, everyone. You can set it different user levels. So if you only want to do it, you click broadcaster. If you want your moderator team to also be able to use it, you can click that. For this one, test, let's say this is a test. Activate a command. It's there, test. This is a test, global cooldown, user cooldown, which you can set in your advanced settings here. And I believe this is in seconds, not minutes. So if you want the user cooldown to be 5 minutes, right, you'd set it for 300 seconds. Pretty straightforward, you know, just click save and you're done. The next thing our chatbot has is timers, and you can set a bunch of timers. I have one for my merch. So you can put a response message, and here I just linked my merch. You can add another message if you'd like. You can add a bunch of things here. Doesn't really matter. These are pretty straightforward. You can set the amount of time that the online intervals are. You can select the offline intervals. and the amount of chat lines, the minimum amount of chat lines in the last 5 minutes. So you won't be spamming buy my merch every 5 minutes if nobody's talking in your chat. That just makes sense to me. If you want that to happen, all power to you. Just set this chat lines to 0 and save that, and it'll post that. So we have modules here, which are chat alerts, 8ball, Twitter. These are just groups of default messages. And you also have spam filters, which I have mine off. I like people spamming my chat. So please do spam my chat if you're in my stream every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7:30 p.m. and Sundays at 1:30 p.m. PST. So that's pretty much it for stream elements. Let's implement all of this onto our stream. All right, so just make sure your bot is joined on the channel. Make sure your privacy is set to public before you start streaming. And we'll get this going now. So we'll just copy our video URL and just paste it into the new overlay here. We'll just make sure that we're getting something going in the chat. Hello. There we go. And then we will do our test command. Ah, all right. So you have to wait for the bot to start running. Do our test command now, and we'll see if it comes out. And there we go. This is a test. There we go. That's our command. All right, and there you go. So that's your stream elements tutorial. Try to set that up before you start streaming. And I'll show you how to go live on YouTube next. Thank you.